All right, so welcome back to the channel, guys. It is May 8744. So today, guys, we talk about the Europa League, guys. We'll also talk about Conference League as well. A lot to dive in. And yeah, man, everyone's favorite club, the Europa League, dropped points today, and I'm not really surprised. We're gonna start with this game first, since it was kind of the major game of the Europa League this week. Honestly, for this game, it was kind of a it was an okay game, I suppose. I'll give you guys my brief thoughts. I tried to watch as much as I could. Obviously, there were some parts of the second half I wasn't able to watch because I was driving, but I think I saw a majority of the game. And maybe you guys in the chat can tell me if I missed any major talking points. And Matt, obviously, you didn't really see much of this. You were probably more focused on Forza game, so we'll discuss more about that when we get there. But I'll give you guys my quick thoughts of this game. Um, Man United, the first half wasn't great from them. I thought Man United were pretty poor in that first half after they got the goal. Because pretty much after they got the goal from Ericsson, which was a great goal, by the way, great build-up play there from Xerxes and from Mazraoui. And it was very interesting is that Man United actually started with Mazraoui as number 10, which was kind of interesting. Was like Mazraoui as the number 10, which is weird because he's traditionally a right back. As a number 10 was a bit of weird. But Man United will good. Will go out to won the ball from Fred. Then he started the build-up play. It was a really good well-worked goal. But then from that point on, Man United sat back. Fenerbahce grew into the game. Um, Saint Maximin created a lot of chances. Tadic was missing a lot of chances. And Fenerbahce started grew in the game. And Matt, you got to see this after the stream. Onana made a crazy double save. I think it was the 37th or 36th minute. It was a huge double save to deny. I think it was that Saint Maximin and Tadic, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to look back. Maybe you guys let me know in chat. Maybe here in the commentary could show here, but yeah, it was a crucial save that Onana made there. And then the second half, man, Fenerbahce got the equalizer. Great goal there from Endesir, great header. Then there was a potential penalty shot for Fenerbahce, but the penalty wasn't given. Um, Saint Maximum, it was pretty much a dive, which is why the penalty wasn't given. And from that point on, United started growing the game. Rashford had that chance, so he should have scored. He had that chance, I believe. The head went wide. Yeah, it's the 60th minute there. And then from that point on, United kind of squandered a lot of chances in the second half. You can see here in this, you can see right here, United squandered a lot of chances, and they came close to scoring. Casemiro had a good effort there. Rashford, and let's see who else had a decent effort there. I'm seeing the football up here. Hoyland as well, and Garnacho 84. So basically, Fenerbahce were kind of sat back. They were kind of content with the point, and obviously Mourinho did get sent off because I believe he got sent off because he was arguing with the referee that should have been a penalty when the penalty was going to be given, but it wasn't for that penalty decision. So those are my quick thoughts. Like I said, it was a pretty underwhelming game, and honestly, it wasn't really that great of a game, but it was pretty much the big marquee game of the Europa League. So that's why I watched this game. And yeah, so it's a good point for Man United, I suppose, on the road, and for Fenerbahce, it's a good point for them because I believe both teams are unbeaten. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, both teams are unbeaten with one win for Fenerbahce, two draws, and Man United three draws, 3 for 3, 5 goals conceded, 5 goals scored, and zero goal difference, 3 points. So the 24th and the league table. So currently the knockaround playoffs as things stand. So, Matt, I know you didn't watch this game, but would you be concerned for Man United for their chances to finish top 8?
Well, their next game is at home. They've not won a single game. It's going to be a must-win, and if they don't, I'd be very concerned. But it's still fairly early days, so what we see here is a lot of teams are within close proximity of each other in terms of points. I do have some thoughts on the game, unless you want me to come to that in a bit.
Okay, you can give your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, well, I predicted a 1-1. I wasn't really surprised with how the game ended. It's a decent point for Man United, and I know a lot of them that haven't really seen Mourinho's recent downfall. They would have seen this game as a very difficult away game, the Turkish atmosphere, Mourinho at the helm. So they might have taken this before. I'm sure they would have taken a draw or going into this game. Judging by one of my subscriptions title, Man United were bad in this game. And Mourinho getting punished by the officials with a sending off. That didn't surprise me either. It's a bit of a shame Fred didn't score in this game.
Or Amrabat.
Is Amrabat playing for Fenerbahce?
Yeah, he's been playing for Fenerbahce.
But clearly, well, seeing as Fred couldn't get them to win, it was clear that Fenerbahce didn't check around the pitch for clues. Scooby-Doo reference there, Fred. But yeah, I don't know when Mourinho was sent off, but
he was sent off after after the penalty wasn't given, like the penalty shot. I think it was the 60th minute.
60th minute. Yeah, I suppose a draw would have been acceptable unless Man United were that bad and Fenerbahce missed a golden opportunity to win. But yeah, it's kind of, and Eriksen's scoring again. He's probably been one of Man United's best players in the Europa League so far. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, man, for sure. And
because he also had a very good first half against FC 20.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, I mean, for Man United, as I said, man, if they don't finish top 8, that would be a disgrace. That would be a disgrace because I'm sorry to say this, with all due respect, they have one of the strongest squads in this competition. And you're telling me you can't get top 8, even if they get knocked around playoffs. I'm sorry, that's a sackable offense. I'm sorry, that's a sackable offense. That is a sackable offense. If you can't even get top 8, that's a sackable offense. I don't even care if you get 9th place. Like if you get 9th place, that should be sackable. If United have standards, but we all know United don't have standards. We all know United don't have standards. Like I'm sure right now under the old United. Oh yeah, the old United under Sir Alex Ferguson, they wouldn't have allowed this to happen. Like 10 years ago, wouldn't have happened. So yeah, and you know what's also really interesting is that Mourinho's only lost one time against Man United in his entire career. Only one time. That's insane. So, and also remember, guys, Man United haven't won an away game in Turkey since 2010. So that's also worth noting. So, yeah, guys, remember, guys, to like and subscribe. And yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. And yeah, so Matt, I think you cut off there. So do you want me to repeat what I said, or you heard what I said?
Well, I was hearing you say that. Well, I heard you say that about Mourinho's away record being in Europe being one win and something, and also you were speaking about Man United wouldn't be in this situation if they had standards, but they don't have standards, and it's not the same compared to 10 years ago. Although 10 years ago they were still coming off sacking David Moyes, to be fair.
Well, the point I'm trying to make here, Matt, is that
So
this Man United
11 plus years ago.
Okay, 11 plus years ago. But the point I'm trying to make here is that Man United don't have standards. The club doesn't have standards they used to have. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah. Yeah. They're a big club, but they're not a big team.
Yeah. Well, they're not performing like a big team. Let's put it this way. I think that's probably a better way to put it. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what happens because, like I said, I don't know, Matt. Do you agree with me that if United do not get top 8, that's a sackable offense, or you think I'm being harsh there?
Oh. You've also got to factor in the question: are Man United prioritizing this Europa League? And if the answer is no, then finishing behind the top 8 isn't so bad.
Well, I'm assuming because I'm sorry, Matt. The Premier League is really competitive. The Premier League, I would say the Premier League is. I would actually probably argue the Premier League is more competitive than the Europa League. I would probably argue. So, in my opinion, Man United should be prioritizing the Europa League.
Even if they're doing worse than that, I still think they're gonna put more focus on the Premier League.
Oh yeah, probably they probably should, but I just think for Man United, what they need to do is because the Premier League is being difficult because you got Chelsea who are doing so well, Aston Villa is doing so well, even Spurs. Spurs are doing decent. And we also how United were last season. Premier League. They finished 8th. They finished mid-table. So, and the Premier League is more competitive than ever before. So, for United, as I said, man, they have to finish in the top 8. I'm sorry. And for United, as I said, man, it's just really interesting. And by the way, the thing I want to say is that Mourinho's only lost one game against Man United at his managerial career, which is actually pretty impressive. It shows how good he is as a man. It shows how good of a record he has against United. I really wish, I really wish we had Man United Roma in the Europa League final 3 years ago, but Sevilla had to dunk on United. So yeah,
Man United should have won that first leg.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and for Fenerbahce, let's talk about them real quickly. I think Fenerbahce, I think it's a decent point for them. They're at home. I kind of wish they were a bit more attacking the second half because I feel like they were kind of toothless. I feel like they were kind of too pathetic in some ways. I feel like I kind of expected more, especially how good they were in the first half. But I guess they were just kind of just content with the point, which is it's a little cowardly approach. But you had to keep in mind Mourinho as a coach, so maybe that shouldn't be a surprise. So yeah, for Fenerbahce, it's a good point, and I think Fenerbahce definitely will get a knockaround playoffs. I don't think they could get top 8. I think top 8 might be a bridge too far. Although to be fair, I do have to check. Let's actually check that fixture schedule real quick. Let's actually check that fixture schedule for Man United Fenerbahce, and then we'll get to other Europa League games. So looking at the Europa League games, I just wish I could just wait. I could see the Europa. Okay, whatever. We'll just go this way. So Man United have Pok at home. Okay, that should be a win for me. If Man United don't beat Pok at home, that's concerning. Bodo Glimt should be a win. Although, to be fair, Bodo Glimt did beat. We're going to talk about Bodo Glimt, guys. Bodo Glimt actually did an upset in this match today, so it may not be that easy. Then they got Victoria Pleasant on the road.
Braga have been pretty poor, though, but I'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Then they have Rangers at home. And then they have the final game is FCSBO on the road. So basically, if we're keeping it real, to be fair, Man United have already played 2 of their toughest games. And they didn't lose either of those 2 games. So if they could just get wins in those other games, then they should be good to go. But we all know with United, it's not that straightforward. Yeah. They're gonna make it hard for themselves. We all know this for a fact. Like United will make it hard for themselves. If United, if they're gonna finish the top 8, they'll probably finish 5th to 8th. I don't expect them to finish top 4. I think top 4 is not gonna happen. It will be 5th to 8th, in my opinion. Do you agree with that, Matt?
Sure, yeah.
If they get top.
Wait, in the Europa League.
Yeah, Europa League.
That's a reasonable assessment. There's a lot to consider in terms of how other teams will do, what the points are going to be before I can really say where Man United are going to finish. But certainly they've got some favourable fixtures.
Oh yeah. I mean, they should finish top 8. I think we can all agree with that. If they better finish top 8, if they don't, it'll be a disgrace. So as reading guys' comments, Chris says hello. Man United is going to finish top 8. Walker's going to upset Man United. Okay, so Chris is going with this. Man, actually, to be fair, Park actually did a comeback. We'll get to Park in a bit, but yeah, Man United low. Man United are cooked. They're trash and so bad in the season in the Europa League. Eric Ten Hag has to go. Clapping emoji. Man United will be eliminated from Europa League end this season. They're cooked, dude. What if Man United don't get playoffs? And Man United get playoffs. Oh my jeez. If they don't even get playoffs. Yeah. Eric Ten Hag breaking records for Man United, worst starts this season. Someone will take Man United top 8, not Ten Hag, but someone else. I wonder it's going to be Ruud van Nistelrooy. Because I was saying either Ruud van Nistelrooy or Tuchel, but obviously Tuchel's not going to be available because he just got the England job. So it's going to now obviously probably be Ruud van Nistelrooy, or maybe all of them.
It'll go straight to Van Nistelrooy. given what he's done at PSV, I think he could potentially be a good fit for the job.
Yeah. Hello, sir. Again, hello, guys. How are you all? I'm fine. Thank you for asking. Man United are awful. Pep has blood in his hands for letting Man United win the FA Cup. Pep, man. And I feel like Pep did that on purpose. I feel like Pep did that on purpose. I have that feeling.
I I'm not going to subscribe to that idea, but let's also not forget, if it wasn't for that FA Cup final, Man United would be in the Europa Conference League.
No, they wouldn't have made Europe at all. They wouldn't have made Europe at all. So,
well, Chelsea have been here.
Yeah, Chelsea would have been here. So, Chelsea fans, man, you guys should be mad at Man City. Man City basically screwed you guys over. And yeah, then obviously, what is it called? And Ten Hag probably would have been sacked. He probably would have been sacked if they hadn't won the FA Cup. Would you agree? Do you agree with that, Matt?
Yeah, he hung on to his job purely because of that final win.
Yeah. All right, let's move to other Europa League games, guys. Let's move to other Europa League games because we spent 60 minutes on that game, so I think that's more than enough on that game. And the game wasn't really that exciting, so it's not really much to talk about. So we're going to talk about the other games. Believe it or not, guys, there was actually 2 Europa League games yesterday, guys. We got Braga 1, Bodo Glimt 2. Mats, I know you're not a Braga fan, but just pretend. Well, actually, you're a Portuguese fan. You're a Portuguese Liga Portugal fan. So explain to me why Braga are frauds.
I think a big part. Oh, yeah, I think a big part of that has to do with that managerial change. Quite early on, at some point last season, I think they hired Daniel Sousa from Aruca, who had been taking them to the top 7 of the league. And this time around, and they got with that Braga with Daniel Sousa. They got off to a bit of a poor start, but it wasn't that significant. But they sacked him anyway. And the feeling from Long Ball Football Podcast is that that there was a fallout behind the scenes. So they brought in Carlos Carvajal, who previously managed Sheffield Wednesday, and he's had quite a few bad results this season. And so this didn't surprise me. Although when I was at Porto vs Braga actually did have they had quite a good game. So I thought they might have turned up a corner by now. But given that they lost at home to Bodo Glimt, who could be seen as the Winter Bolivia, that's a bad result. That's bad considering that Braga are meant to be like the 4th best Portuguese club on paper. This is a bad result. I didn't see the game, but I don't know, and it's possible the tactics might have been a factor to the loss. But I think Carlos Carvajal's under pressure now.
Yeah, so it was a good ball there. Yeah. Aboen there with the goal.
Oh, right. And I see Bodo Glimt won in the last minute, but still, I think there's going to be even more pressure going on to Carlos Carvajal.
Yeah, you gotta give credit to the Bodo Glimt's goalkeeper, man. He was amazing, especially in that second. Look at that, 10 saves, bro. 10 saves. He's a Russian goalkeeper, and too bad we're not gonna see Russia in competitive games anytime
Excellent.
soon. Yeah, and Nia Kotze, man, the goal scorer got a red card. Then Nielsen scored the 94th minute to break Braga's hearts. And it's so sad because Braga actually played well in the second half. They probably should have scored more goals, but just the red card, man. Obviously, they had to go a bit defensive. And even still, when they went down a man, they still were pretty offensive, it seems like. And they still created a lot of chances, but they just couldn't convert. And then Nielsen scored the goal, 94th minute winner for Bodo Glimt. And Bodo Glimt, man, I feel like they could be a dark horse, and I think Chris is right, man. I disrespected photo clipped a lot of my predictions video. I think they'll definitely make the knockaround playoffs, and who knows, Matt? They might even get top 8, which if they do will be an insane statement. And for Braga, I think the alarm bells are coming. I think Braga's in a really bad position.
At
Where are they?
best, relegation playoffs. No, not relegation playoffs. Playoffs. The playoffs at best.
26. They're not even in playoffs as things stand. So yeah, it's really tough for them. And so yeah, for Braga, man, as I said, not really great. And for Bodo Glimt, man, they're ninth right now on the table, which is impressive, undefeated. So shout out to Braga, man. And shout out to Bodo Glimt, and yes, you guys are right. They are the dark horse, probably. I said that at the time. Not a Man City fan, as if there are any, but Pep treated like it's a Thursday middle school physical education class at last session in the FA Cup. Yeah, like you could tell that Man City, obviously they feel their best team, but you could tell that Man City were really motivated. Like they weren't as motivated. I think they were kind of still hung over by the EPL win. So yeah, and I think Tari kind of said it there perfectly for me. So.
And I think also they had a higher expectation to win that final.
Yeah, and I think Man United had more desire for that final than Man City because Man United had so much to play for. So, obviously, I'm not saying that Pep intentionally lost the final. I'm not saying that, but let's just say Man City weren't their best. Let's just say they weren't at their best. So
they were complacent defensively in the first half.
Yeah. Remember when Braga had Wagner Love? Bodo Glimt may finish top 8, literally. I love Norwegian football names. Like, don't you love to say Bodo Glimt? Yeah, Bodo Glimt seems like a cool name. They won 3 games at home. Almost every team this week, this Europa League, got a red card. That's actually crazy. Look at this up. Don't think United will miss out top 8. Yeah, I agree, man. If you look at United's fixtures, it's pretty winnable. Like, honestly, these 2 games they had to Porto and Fenerbahce were their toughest games. The rest of the games shouldn't be as hard. But United, they can always make it harder for themselves. So it wouldn't surprise me if they don't get time. It wouldn't surprise me if they draw those games. But for United, as I said, like they got the 2 toughest games out of the way. Who says how? All right, moving on. Next is Galatasaray 4, Elfsborg 3, man. Elfsborg, man. Shout out to Elfsborg because I thought these guys would be so bad. I thought they would be here to survive. So I thought they would get thrashed and destroyed, all that. And while they may still finish last, that is still very plausible. They're actually putting up a fight. They're not as bad as I made them out to be, but still, I don't think they're that great. And we saw that defensively. And for Galatasaray, man, as I said, they gave you goals. The Galatasaray is like box office. If you want to watch entertaining football, watch Galatasaray because these guys can score so many goals and can concede a lot of goals too. That's what Galatasaray gives you. They give you that. They give you the goal. They can be that entertaining. So Galatasaray, man, do I trust them? Heck no. But do I think they can be a tough team to play against in knockout stage? Absolutely. But in the league phase, I think Galatasaray will come through. Definitely knock around playoffs. They maybe get top 8. And for Galatasaray, man, they really made this game a lot harder than they should have. Like this game, they honestly, with all due respect, you shouldn't be struggling to beat Elfsborg. Do you agree with that, Matt?
Yeah. I'm not surprised that Galatasaray can be this entertaining and good in terms of goal scoring, seeing as they did score 3 away at Mourinho's Fenerbahce in the derby. They've got some good attackers like Osimhen, but the sloppiness can be a worry. Defensively, the sloppiness can be a worry. As for Elfsborg, I predicted they would score, but I didn't think they would make it this close. Although they lost their manager to Aberdeen, I do think. I don't remember the fixtures off by head, but based on how they've started so far, I think they're due a win somewhere.
Yeah. And I just realized Galatasaray blew a 3-goal lead. They were 3-0 up, and the Elfsborg made it 3. They made it 3-2. Then they made it 4-2. The Elfsborg got a consolation there at the end. So, Galatasaray, man, you really need to stop making this game as close as they can because this is the thing with Galatasaray. They've been prone to do this. Remember that in the last game they did that against RFS. They were 2-0 up and they allowed RFS to get back. Galatasaray, man, just finish up the game. and then rotate the players. I'm sorry, because at 3-0 up, you shouldn't be allowing them to get back in the game. But yeah, credit to Ellsworth, they were fantastic.
And didn't you
man,
say? And didn't you predict these two teams, RFS and Elfsborg, to be bottom two?
Yeah, I think I predicted them. So that
So does that say more about them or Galatasaray?
Yeah, that probably says more about Galatasaray. So yeah, Galatasaray, man, Icardi scoring the goals. Osimhen, even though Osimhen didn't get a goal, he still had a good game. Yilmaz as well. And yeah, I think for Galatasaray, man, they could be a very fun team to watch. I'm very excited to see how they play. I really like to watch them play. Yeah, moving on. Let's move on to the next game, man. Next game we got here is Frankfurt 1, RFS 0. I was actually getting worried for Frankfurt for a second. I was like, bro, no way Frankfurt's actually going to tie this game 0-0 at home. But Larson scored the goal the 79th minute to make it 1-0. And RFS, they were pretty much hanging on. They were pretty much parking the bus. They were just trying to get a point. The goalkeeper obviously had to make a lot of saves. Aldona. And for Frankfurt, as I said, man, Marmoush got the assist. I'm telling you, man, Marmoush is one of the most informed players right now in the world. And Larson coming off the bench, scored the goal at halftime. And for Frankfurt, as I said, man, huge win for them. They're still unbeaten as well, man. So shout out to Marmoush. I think Marmoush is such an underrated player, man. The guy is cooking, man. The guy is cooking. And Salah, man, Salah, you have no excuses. You have another guy that can help you out here, Marmoush. Although, to be fair, Salah was kind of injured with AFCON, but still. Marmoush balling out. So, Frankfurt, man, as I said, man, what is there to say, Matt? Are you impressed? Are you concerned with Frankfurt with their finishing, or do you think this is one of those games where RFS were just holding on and Frankfurt, it was just a matter of time before they were going to score?
I remember that.
Mike, Matt, is your mic not working well? You might have to coming back, coming out. You have to do that. Or okay, I'll just get back to you later, I guess. Okay, moving on. Next one we got here is FC Midtjylland 1, Union SG 0. Shout out to Midtjylland for getting the win there. Union SG, they were a bit unlucky on the day. They couldn't finish for their lives. And for Midtjylland, man, they got that goal. Great goal. It was a nice goal from the corner. Left foot, 18th minute. And yeah, I think for Union SG, man, it's just a bit unlucky on the day. I thought it was a close game. A draw would probably been a fair result, but Michelin got the win, and shout out to Michelin because I also think they're I also think they're an underrated team. They're an underrated team. So yeah, for UNSG, man, very unfortunate for them. All right, Matt is back, man. All right, Matt, give me a quick thoughts about Frankfurt in this game.
Well, for them to get the win is good. Oh, you're still on Frankfurt? No way.
Yeah.
Frankfurt.
Okay.
The fact that they got a win was good, though they will be disappointed that they couldn't make it more. Shout out to Riga FC, if that's what the the name stands for, to make it close and give a good game to Galatasaray the week before. They're not going to do much, but they could get a win. So hopefully they do. And you might have seen that Michael called Marmoush the Egyptian prince.
Ooh, Egyptian prince, man. So yeah, then what's your thoughts on this game, man? Do you think Union SG were unlucky on this day, or you think Michelin deserve it? I thought they were a bit unlucky.
It wasn't a bad performance from Union St. Gilla, but I think overall I would say Midtjylland were the better team based on the fact that they did create more chances. Although to be fair, I think these two teams are pretty standard. They're not going to blow the bigger teams away. Also do have Midtjylland coming up, so I do feel pretty confident in terms of getting a win against them. But given I think a win for Midtjylland was the right result based on the way that things went down, but it wasn't a spectacular game, and the chances both teams had didn't trouble each other too much.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So I think like as underwhelming because I actually think, and I think Ahmed Mutari puts it best. Midtjylland were a bit more dangerous in attack though. So and UNSG is not really the same. I mean, 2 years ago we're fire. So yeah. All right. Let's move, man. Next up, it's got Ferencváros 1, Nice 0. Oh, Ligue 1, man. The one Ligue 1 team that didn't perform well. Nice, man. They had to lose. It's not very nice. I just put it out there. And Ferencváros got the win at home. And I do think Ferencváros is a home team. They're a good, solid home team. But Nice, man, just so unlucky. Bombito that with the own goal. He's a really good player. I believe Nice signed him this summer from MLS. I forgot which MLS team. But I know they signed him. And for Nice, man, just couldn't quite get on. Just wasn't good enough in the final third. And obviously Rosario got sent off, which made it even worse for Nice.
Not a nice way to lose.
Yeah, it's not a nice way to lose, man. So yeah.
I was actually tempted to watch this game. I probably would have had I not seen that Midtjylland are one of Porto's upcoming opponents. But also Ferencváros hadn't lived up to what they were 1 or 2 seasons ago. But to be fair, even though they had to force an own goal to get the win, it's a big result. I don't know how they're going to do for the rest of the campaign, but this is going to take them somewhere. Nice are going to have to respond with a win at home next time.
Yeah, definitely, man. And finally, Real Sociedad. Thank you for finally winning a game. It just feels so nice. And I'm obviously we all most people, Maccabi Tel Aviv, they lost, and Real Sociedad got the 2 early goals. Pacheco got the goal there, Gomez, Turcoman, and then yeah, for Sociedad, man, it's a critical win on the road. Although to be fair, this is a neutral ground. What's going on politically, which we'll get into. But yeah, I mean, Sociedad were so good in the first half. In the second half, man, they weren't as good, but they were good in the first half, which they're able to build upon in the second half. Maccabi Tel Aviv really, really came alive, but it was kind of a little too late. And yeah, that's how the game finished. So for Real Sociedad, man, I think it's massive for them. Do you think Real Sociedad is now back in contention, or do you think you're still very concerned with Sociedad?
It depends on their fixtures, really. I think they should be home in the next game, so that's an opportunity to get another win and build some Europa League momentum.
Let me actually tell you the fixtures.
Yeah, I'm sure my confidence in them would depend on the fixtures, but I'm sure they can have a respectable finish in the league phase.
Yeah, so the next game is Victoria Pleasant on the road. Then they play against Ajax at home. Then they play against Dynamo Kiev. Then they got Lazio away, and then they got what's the final game they got? They got PAOK at home.
Okay. Lazio at home's probably the hardest fixture, and even then, they're not the strongest of the Italian side, so it's not a bad fixture list.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, you guys are right. I think Onana made a really big double save. I think I mentioned that earlier, but I do think Onana has been overhated. I think people need to respect Onana more. He's been one of United's best players this season. He's probably one of the few good players for United this season. So yeah. But yeah, shout out to Sociedad for getting the win. And what's interesting, Matt? Their center back scored and Sergio Gomez scored. So if I'm not mistaken, isn't wait a minute. And then wow, Victoria Pleasant, man. They screwed up a 2-0 lead against PAOK on the road. Victoria Pleasant were cruising through Havel and Vieira scored the goals. And there's no, okay, Pauk is going to lose this game, right? But Pauk said, hold my beer. And the second half, they came alive. They came absolutely alive. I don't know what Victoria Pleasant was doing in the second half because they pretty much allowed, and it was a crazy comeback. Tusadil got the goal there. And then Baba got the goal. And obviously, Victoria Pleasant did go down to 10 men, which probably prevented, which probably gave Pauk some momentum. And yeah, Pauk managed to make the comeback. So it's a good point for Pauk. But man, Victoria Pleasant, man, it's a very unfortunate because they don't concede a lot of goals. They're traditionally good defensively, but maybe the red card is a way for, because honestly, in my opinion, guys, I think if the red card wasn't given, I don't think Pauk makes this comeback. I don't think they do.
This
I think the red card.
This is one of these games where Victoria Pleasant would have taken this result before the game, but given that it was from 2-0 up and they had a man sent off, it's gonna be a much more sour feeling to Ing from their point of view. I can describe, even though I didn't watch the game, I can describe exactly how they let the lead slip. They had their Delufakis champagne and they bottled it.
Yeah, that's true, man. Then let's move to Quarterback 0, Ajax 3. The Ajax, Quarterback, man, you absolute. I don't know what happened to Quarterback because they were good last season in Europa League. This season, man, so underwhelming. So underwhelming. I'm sorry. 2 red cards. Ajax pretty much cruise control. And I'm sorry, when that red card came to Romeo, I knew the game was pretty much done. The midfielder got sent off for stupid red.
Didn't Qarabağ get 2 red cards?
Yeah, second red in the 79th minute. And yeah, Ajax pretty much cruise control. Taylor scored the goal. The Weghorst and Akpom. And it's also, remember how I said earlier that I don't think they would have come back? Well, I feel like this is another game where the game completely. That's why I don't like red cards in particular, guys, because usually what happens when red card happens is that usually one team goes defensive and the other team gets offensive and kind of ruins the game. So I feel like this is another game where if the red card wasn't given, it could have been a very different game. We could have had a very different scoreline. Do you agree with that, Mats?
Well, if we didn't have red cards, then we'd have a lot more injuries.
That's true.
But it's good to see Jordan Henderson still pulling the strings for Ajax. Right in the middle of that midfield. But other than that, there's some progression here for Ajax because they were having a slump in the last 2 seasons, and I think this season we expected them to get most of their wins at home, but the fact they have managed to get an away win, and by this much, albeit you can mention the 2 red cards, but Ajax clearly have taken advantage of the 2 red cards. So let's give Ajax some credit here, and the fact they've had to travel a long way to the other side of Turkey. So yeah, credit to Ajax here. So build some confidence, and they could potentially get some other away results too.
Yeah, I mean, obviously credit has to be given to Ajax, but I think this is more on how bad the quarterback just lets his game slip from them when you get that man sent off so early in the game. But yeah, I mean, credit to Ajax, they capitalized, and obviously if Ajax didn't win this game, that would be catastrophic. Like with your man, man up,
yeah,
like, that would have been catastrophic. So
if they didn't win this, they'd be a shit team.
So, but like I said for Ajax, man, let's see what this team. Let's see because, like I said, I don't think Ajax has been truly challenged so far. So, we'll see how Ajax do against a top team. So, but yeah, good win for Ajax, man, on the road, and Weghorst scoring the goal. God's Taylor.
Who's going to be at home for that game against Nice?
Ajax playing Nice. Oh yeah, they're playing Nice, right? I forgot, man.
I thought that's what you said.
No. Like I'm saying, like let's see how Ajax do against the big teams. Like let's see how they do against like the favorites. Like how they do.
Okay.
And then we'll see a true level. We'll see the true level. Yeah. Roma, man. God.
I don't know what their managerial situation is, and if they don't have a manager, still you can excuse that a bit. But you'd expect at least a 2-goal win at home against Dynamo Kiev. Keep, sorry.
What's worrying is that they only won this game via penalty.
And that they had a lot of time to double their lead as well.
I'm sorry, man. Roma, man. I picked them to get top 4. It'd be a miracle if they get top 4. I'm already giving up the back. I'm already giving up. Like this Roma team, man. Their finishing is so awful. And I feel like this Roma team has so much potential. I look at this Roma team. There's a lot of potential. You have Dobrik, you have Celik, and Dika. And Dika's a good center back. Angelino's good. You got Sevilla, a good goalkeeper. Then you have then you have Paulo Dybala that's there. You also have Hummels that can be the experience, Champions League final. And the Saud Abdullah Hamid, a Saudi Arabia player. He was probably one of Saudi's best players in the World Cup qualifiers. And speaking of Saudi Arabia, he sacked their coach Roberto Mancini, but we'll have that topic for another time. But yeah, I mean,
you made a short on that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, for Roma, as I said, man, there's a lot of quality in this team, but they're just underperforming, man. They have the players, but they're just underperforming. And yeah, for Roma, as I said, man, it's very concerning because with all due respect, this is a very bad Dinamo Kiev team. This might be one of the worst Dinamo Kiev teams we've
seen. They just need a good manager, really. They need a good striker coach as well.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I think striker.
Someone in the coaching department that will improve their attackers.
Yeah, I do think they need a better attack. So you're saying like a world-class coach can get Roma to their full potential? Is that what you're saying, or you just think this Roma team is just they're overhyped?
I mean, De Rossi clearly did a good job with them. He managed to pull off a win away at AC Milan last season, and he pushed an unbeaten Bayern Leverkusen all the way to the end of the second leg in the semi-finals. Did Roma finish 5th last season?
They finished 6th, I believe, actually.
Okay. But that's still... But they've still finished above at least one competitive team under De Rossi. I don't know what's next regarding the managerial situation, but they've seen better days.
Yeah, definitely, man. And for Roma, as I said, man, their finishing is just so awful. I'm just really disappointed, but hopefully things get better for Roma, man, for their sake. Next up is Anderlecht 2, Ludogorets 0. Ludogorets a bum team. This is a bum team. I'm sorry to. Usually I'm respectful here, guys, but I'm sorry. Ludogorets they offer you nothing. I don't know.
Yeah, they've gone downhill.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, it was either last season or 2 seasons ago. I remember these two teams playing each other, and it was after. I think it was 2 seasons ago because I think it might have been after when Ludogorets had finished first in the Europa League group despite beating Roma. Then I remember following them a bit because they had an interesting run, and then they got to play Anderlecht, which Anderlecht only won on penalties. But you can see that Ludogorets haven't been as competitive since. They even lost a winnable home game towards the start of their Europa League campaign. And Anderlecht have been, yes, it's been all right for them so far. To win 2-0 is a good result for them. They're playing Porto on match day 5, so I did keep an eye on the score for this game a little bit. Good result for Anderlecht. Let's see how they do in the next game. I think they're away, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Anderlecht's probably another team I underestimate. I think I underestimated this team a lot of my predictions, and Caio got the red card. Obviously, made things worse for Ludogorets. pretty much making them go defensive. And Dozoye got the goal there coming off the bench. And then Dreyer scored the 94th minute. So Anderlecht, man, another team to keep an eye upon. I think them and Bodo Glimt are probably your two dark horses, I would say, from the Europa League. The Athletic Club won, Slavia Prague 0. Very disappointed for Athletic Club. Even though they won this game, I thought Slavia Prague were actually better. Athletic Club got the win there from Nico Williams. Nico Williams scored a banger of a goal. He could have had a penalty there. And Slavia Prague, they kind of were all over Athletic Club in the second half, but they just couldn't convert their chances. And Athletic Club, man, they got the win. The goalkeeper has made 6 saves. And guys, I'm telling you this right now, man. Have fun traveling to San Mamés because San Mamés, oh my geez, the atmosphere of San Mamés is quite insane. It's a very difficult atmosphere. It's a hostile atmosphere. And I feel like a lot of those big teams will underestimate them, say, oh, who's Athletic Club? Like they haven't been in European coaches for some time now. And then they'll walk in here and be surprised.
Hopefully, whoever gets to the final doesn't have to play Athletic Bilbao because given the reason you've said, and also it's taking place in Bilbao, the final.
Yes, it is, and I hope Bilbao do it, man. I'm rooting for them, man. I'm rooting for them the most for Spain. It'll be nice to see Bilbao. I like Bilbao. I know Barca fans don't like Bilbao for some odd reason, but I, as a Barca fan, do like them. So hopefully they can do it, man. I'll be cheering for them. So. Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see if they can do it. It'll be some story. Moving on. Next, we got Porto 2, Hoffenheim 0. I'll let you take center stage, Matt. I saw that. Well, actually, I'll let you talk, and then I'll go afterwards.
Not a most inspiring game, to be honest. First half, attacking wise, I don't really remember anything from Porto. Hoffenheim, they had more chances, but they were very, very ineffective. Their shots were just going wide or easy pickups for Diogo Costa. So it wasn't really anything of interest to note down. That was until right at the end when I believe we've got a new Diallo's a new signing because I was seeing him get some hype on Porto's social media. He wasn't a player that I'd really seen before. He played at centre back, who I believe he's meant to be the replacement for Zepedro. He got a goal from just outside the box during a set piece. And the second half, again, wasn't that great, but I think Porto did much better than they did in the first half. I don't remember Hoffenheim doing anything apart. Actually, they had one shot that just went. I do remember one shot that went over the bar, but still, Porto did better in the second half. Not amazing, but at least we got the win. The second goal actually came from some very complacent defending from Hoffenheim. They had a high line. The ball went backwards. Couldn't quite see if it was a pass back or a punted forward ball. I wasn't the most sober at the time, so I couldn't tell. But either way, the centre backs tried. Did it well. They went to the ball slowly. The right-sided centre back clearly didn't properly realise that he didn't realise that Samu, who was behind him, who took the ball, went forward. The Hoffenheim centre back recovered, but after that he had no control over getting the ball back or stopping the attack. So Amu was faking where he was going to go, and then the centre back was just stood there, not really trying to do anything to stop Samu, and then he scores off the keeper's near post towards the right side, the keeper's right. So it's a good finish. So overall, I'm happy with the goals that went in, especially the second one. It wasn't a very interesting game at all, but this is Porto's first win, which it's good to get, and to get a clean sheet as well. Win by more than one goal as well. Good start. I'm gonna raise a glass of whiskey to that. To Porto's first win.
Yeah, I think it's a good win. Oh, sorry.
And Porto have Lazio next, who are currently top on goal difference, I think. So Lazio, I did see a bit of their game, but we'll get to that later. But it could at the moment, I think I'd probably take a draw. But it's a game where I might actually join Steve for his watch along. So
yeah,
just again, once again, not the best of performance, did enough to deserve to win the game, but I'll take the results, and happy especially with the second goal.
Yeah, it's a good win for Porto. I think Omar Dean is the next striker for them. He's like the replacement for Taremi. The guy's been on fire this season, and I think Porto looking good, looking strong defensively. I think the one issue I have with this Porto team, though, is that I would like to see some more attack. I would like to see more players contribute more in the attack. Other than Omar Dean, I feel like he's having to do so much of the heavy work that it would be nice to see players like Gaiono, Pepe kind of step it up. It's been kind of an issue I've kind of seen the three games, and I think Porto can get those
Pepe is usually good at doing that, and Galeno can do that at times, and
but is he consistent?
And just for the record, Ivan Hami's a attacking midfielder. He's not a centre midfielder. So the formation it was wrong. It's actually 4-2-3-1, not 4-3-3.
Yeah, I mean, but what I'm trying to say is I think Porto needs to get some other players to fire up in the attack, not just Porto. Like I think that's like if they could do that, then I think Porto could be a serious team. I think Porto could be a very tough team to play against. So especially in Portugal, because that's where they're most dangerous in. So it's hard to get a result there.
Hopefully, Pepe in particular will get back to form on Monday when they play their next game. But because he's definitely capable, and I was surprised Dennis Gould didn't get subbed on, which I'm perfectly fine with. Danny Marceloda, the English player, getting subbed on, albeit he was only subbed on in the beginning of added time. But Dennis Gould's a player that has been a good super sub. So in some of the other games, I think he'd be another good option in terms of attackers.
Yeah. All right, let's move to the next game, mate. When the next game we got here is 20-0 Lazio 2. Oh my jeez, 20, man. You guys
This is an excellent result for Lazio.
Yeah, this is a really good result for Lazio because Lazio traditionally are really bad defensively.
And bad on the road.
Yeah, bad. Well, actually, especially on the road. On the road, they're particularly bad in.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, and then that red card, man. Oh my jeez, that was such a stupid red card. I mean, literally, there was no reason for the goalkeeper to come out that far. Oh my jeez, I don't know why the goalkeeper did that. Lazio, Tico Briz Rodriguez got the goal. Isakan got the goal. And yeah, for Lazio, it's pretty much done in business. And obviously 20. the red card pretty much changed the game. And remember how I said earlier, the red cards are pretty influential in how they decide the outcome. Well, this is another game where I think the red card could have changed, because I actually feel like 20 is a good team, guys. It's just the red card completely changed the game, and I think 20 could have maybe get a result if the red card didn't happen. But that's why I don't like red cards. And I don't know. I mean, Matt, do you agree with me? Red cards can change the outcome of the game.
Yes, and that's not so much on the team that's on the benefit of it, but also clearly FC20 have something in them. They might. I mean, as poor as Man United can be, it still takes a side of a certain level to do something at Old Trafford, and the fact that they managed to get a draw is that's impressive. But I had this game on the side, so that's what I saw the most. Was the game I saw the most was Porto were playing, and I really didn't see much from FC20 with their chances. Lazio looked the more dangerous side. Pedro, his goal initially ruled out for offside, but VAR allowed it to stand. His goal, not a tap in, but it was a fairly straightforward finish in the box. And like just a lot of the time when I did see this game and there was chances, it was all Lazio, ranged for the penalty incident, the goals they scored. I don't know how Lazio are going to stack up away from home in the rest of the tournament, but this is certainly a good start against a team that got a result at Man United.
It is commendable.
And they've got Porto next. I think that's a game that could go either way. And we'll see if Lazio on 9 points really do reflect how good they are. And that's coming up in 2 weeks. So I'm looking forward to that week, because it's not just Lazio, but right after that is the El Clasico, Benfica versus Porto. But I see you've got another game you want to talk about.
Yeah, next game we got here is Lyon. Besiktas one. Oh my god, I feel so bad for Lyon. I feel so bad for Lyon. They had a goal disallowed. I believe they had a penalty not given. And Lyon has so many chances, and out of nowhere, Fernandes. I believe he's the former Fernandes scored a banger of a goal. And wow, Lyon, man, I don't know how they lost this game. This was such a crazy game. And they have so many chances, guys. And I'm sorry to say this, guys, right now. I think Lyon should be renamed Lacazette FC. Because I'm sorry, Lacazette's having to do way too much for this team. He's having to do way too much. He's having to score so many goals for this team. He's having to do so much. And Lyon, man, I mean, it's just crazy, man. Because I really feel like Besiktas got very lucky at times. The decisions going in their favor. But at the end of the day, they got the win, and that's all that matters. And for Besiktas, this is a massive result for them on the road in France. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Matt, are you surprised with this result, or are you like, nah, you're not surprised?
Yeah, I'm surprised. Even if Lyon are at average, the fact that they're at home and Besiktas, they've not been good for a while. This is a surprise. And I'm also surprised that Immobile is playing for Besiktas. I don't know how he's done so far, but he's had a bit of a reputation of not doing well outside of his home country, Sevilla and Borussia Dortmund. But this is a fantastic result for Besiktas, and Giovanni Brown-Bronckhorst got Rangers to a Europa League final. So even though a lot of his other periods at Rangers didn't go so well, like in the league, seeing now that I see that Besiktas have Van Bronckhorst as the manager, they could do something. I don't think they're going to make a make much of a run in the tournament, but I think they could surprise some people, which they've already done here. But
Yeah,
I think they can get somewhere in the top 16.
yeah, definitely.
And the fact they've got an away win, that's impressive. And
Yeah, that's true, man.
I don't know the rest of their fixtures, but the fact that they've got with that away win in mind, imagine what they could do at home.
Yeah, especially, man, especially. Olympiacos, man, they got the win against Malmo, and who else, man? Who else but El Kabi, man? El Kabi is just that guy. He is that player, man. I don't know how CAF didn't nominate him for the African Player of the Year, which was a disgrace, by the way. And I'm sorry, guys. Side note here: the CAF nominees are disgraceful, by the way. I don't know how Sal's not in there. I don't know how who else is not on there. I think Boniface is not on there. Some other names were on there. And Al Kabi's not on there as well. Very, very disgraceful. But, putting that to the side, Al Kabi, man, scored a nice goal there. Great goal there. And yeah, he missed the penalty, but he got the goal. That's what matters. And yeah, for Malmo, as I said, man, they're just not good enough. I'm sorry. This team is not Europa League caliber. I'm sorry. I believe they're Conference League caliber. I'm sorry to all my Swedish fans. And yeah, I don't know. I just don't think they're that. I don't think they're.
But any of the Swedish fans you've got, aren't they all from Stockholm?
Yeah. Although to be fair, I mean Malmo did create a lot of chance, but they just couldn't get along. Sorry, but I don't know. I still think Malmo is. I still don't think they're that good.
They're not nothing special. They're not. I don't think they'll do much in this tournament.
Yeah, I don't think they'll make the playoffs. And for Olympiacos, man, this is another dark horse to look out for. And should Kabi. The Rangers for FCSB nil. Rangers, man, absolutely obliterated FCSB, which is weird because FCSB is traditionally good defensively. But Rangers, man, they absolutely obliterated them. And FCSB were particularly bad. And I think one of the goals, I forgot who made the mistake, but one of the players, I think, made a mistake. One of the players made a mistake for the goal. I forgot who made the mistake. Was it right back? I'm trying to see who made the mistake here. I know one of the players made a mistake. I want to highlight him, but I can't find it. Oh, wait, no, it's not him. Maybe the winger. I don't remember.
Whilst you're looking for that, I'll say that this is a much needed win for Rangers.
Oh yeah, it's this guy. Yeah, he made the mistake. Babel said,
and he's from Ghana.
Oh. No, man, no, man, no. Oh, and Ghana in the middle.
Well, I don't want to come across as xenophobic because I've got some respect for the nation of Ghana.
But let's just say they're down bad as a national team.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But anyways, Rangers absolutely obliterated FCSB. Rangers got the just needed win, 4-0 win, and I think it's a massive because Rangers I think at this point they haven't really been great in the Europa League. I think they lost to Lyon, and I forgot the other game they played against. But yeah, they haven't been that great, man. So
this is going to be good for their This is going to be good for their goal difference, and also I don't know their fixtures, but if they've got another team that they're expected to win, then they can come up with a very good victory. There's confidence, and they've put themselves in a good position in regarding the goal difference.
At the last game we have here, the Europa League, they will look at the table. Tottenham got the win there. Richarlison scored the goal. Great penalty, and Richarlison, stop doing that shameless celebration, that pigeon celebration. Don't do that. That's cringe. But anyway, he scored the goal there. Yeah, and Tottenham, man, they were very underwhelming on the day. Not that great. But Tottenham held on, and they got the 3 points that was needed. And for AZ Alkmaar, man, they were just unlucky. I thought they were decent. Obviously, the red card did change the game, but honestly, AZ Alkmaar doesn't have enough quality. And yeah, Tottenham, man, they got the win. Richarlison scored the goal for the penalty, and yeah, Tottenham got the win as expected. Probably not as comfortable as we made it out. I thought they would do it in a more comfortable fashion, but a win is a win. That's all they say. So,
yes, an underwhelming performance. They've got stuff to improve from the next game. If this was away, this would be a good result, but it was at home. It's good to get the win, but the way it ended up like this, it's not really what they wanted, and they've got the players to do better. But this should help them. And I think Spurs are going to be up there in the. I would say that they'll be within the top 10.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna look at your guys' comments. I won't be able to go through all the comments because we're gonna make it a little bit too long. But I'll just look at some of your notable comments. The comments that stand out to me. So I'll look at some real quickly right here. Mourinho lives. Albert says, well, Man United, Roma, Fenerbahce is nice, but I don't know if you can really say he lives. But okay, sure enough.
Yeah, that comment would only be appropriate if Fenerbahce got the win.
Yeah. Why does Nice always score?
And also he got sent off, so
yeah. Dynamo Kiev quarterback also has 0 points. Yep, been very, very bad. 3 teams on 0 points. Oh yes, I forgot it. Just when I thought I seen it all, oh no, it makes my jaw drop. Oh yeah, that was a big save, man. Dude, I wish I wasn't at work, man. Because dude, if I was at work, I would have got crazy. I would have like, oh my gee. It's just that at work I'm sitting at home, so, but it was a massive save. So clock was awful. Yeah, 3-1. Nice 3-0, good for them. Roma kept them rusty. Roma now even finished top 8. Dude, Roma, Roma's down bad 19th place, bro. Oh my jeez. This top 8 is very weird, man. We have a lot of weird, like Anderlecht is there surprising. Midtjylland is there surprising. Even like Bodo Glimt 9th is surprising. FCSB 13th is surprising too. Even though they just got smashed. And for Slavia Praha, Roma, dang. So Braga, man. It's gonna be interesting. Nice is struggling as well. Fenerbahce versus Roma. Yeah, we'll be there, man. We'll be there. Ludogorets are awful. Slavia Praha is the best European club outside the top 8 leagues. I would probably agree with that.
It's not nice to see where they are, but unless you're a Marseille fan.
Yeah. Can Spurs win something this season? I hope so, man. I predict the Spurs to win a trophy this season, guys. I think they'll win a cup competition. They're not winning the Europa League, but let me just say this right now, guys. If they win the Europa League,
did Spurs win something in pre-season?
Matt, I'm not counting preseason. Anyways, Spurs,
I mean,
I think they'll win a cup competition.
But if they did, that's going to be your best hope for a trophy.
FA Cup or Carabao Cup. Matt, I'm telling you this right now, man. If Spurs win the Premier League,
are they still in the Carabao Cup?
Yeah, they're still in it. Matt, I'm just telling you this right now, man. If Spurs win the Premier League, Kane is going to be so angry. Dude, Kane will be so mad. And especially if Bayern loses the title.
I don't know. He's got a lot of respect with the players and the people of Spurs.
No, but I'm saying what I'm trying to say, Matt, is that he'll be like, why couldn't I be there when they won the title? I'm saying from that perspective.
Or he might be thinking, why couldn't it have come earlier?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why Bayern. Oh man, but yes,
Kane could be lifting a Bundesliga this season.
Yeah, well, Kane has to win a trophy this season. Either that's a league or the Champions League, even a DFB Pokal. Just something.
Yeah, okay, but really the DFB Pokal would be that would be going in the right direction. Even if he has come over to win a league or a Champions League, but still.
I think Besiktas will struggle to qualify. To be fair, Real, this was a good week for the Turkish clubs. To be honest, I don't remember the last time I saw the European journey for Lazio. All right, that's fair.
I don't know if you'll read the comment, but I did see someone say that about Roy Keane would be fuming.
Oh yeah, Roy Keane would be fuming. I think I saw that comment. I think that's from Ari.
Yeah, he said. I mean, I can't imagine he would have said. I mean, he said that about 2 minutes before I'd read it, so I'm not sure what it would relate to, seeing the Man United game was early on in this stream.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, let's move to the conference league. We're not going to spend as much time because these games aren't as we'll still talk about it, but obviously we're gonna quickly go through these games. We're not gonna go into detail because we're an hour.
Larne versus Shamrock Rovers is Northern Ireland, a Northern Irish team versus a Republic of Ireland team.
Yeah, wow, that's
so. It might be the first
right.
time that countries from the land of Ireland have played each other.
Yeah, okay. We'll talk about the Chelsea game into detail, but the rest of the games we'll just quickly talk about.
Yeah, this is the only thing. This is the only thing I really saw in terms of score wise for in terms of the Conference League. But I can certainly recall you saying that Chelsea won't finish too high in the table, and part of your reasoning was this away game at Panathinaikos. And Chelsea have gone here and they've taken Panathinaikos apart. So that's at least somewhat of a statement. But that's a statement, and I think Chelsea are the team to beat in this tournament, and they've got players that shouldn't be in the Conference League. Not much else to say, but this was probably their hardest game, and yet they've got a 4-1 win. So fair play to them. And could this be the start of something good for Nkunku?
Yeah, man, Chelsea, man. McCallum Modric had a great game today. Probably was the best player in the day. I still don't really rate McCallum Modric that highly. I still think he's he's not that good, but I mean, he was amazing today, man. Joao Felix scoring the goal, and Nkunku scoring the goal. And yeah, for Panathinaikos, man, they were just abysmal. Really, really bad. And it's weird because they have a really good roster on paper, but they're just playing so bad. It just doesn't make any sense, I just don't understand. But yeah, for Chelsea, man, as I said, 4-1 win for them on the road.
A certain somebody wearing sunglasses will look at this game and be like Miguel, just as he said when Chelsea signed Mudryk.
Oh man, let's not mention that name. But you guys know who Mass is talking about. But anyways, Viego was actually been good. I remember this
man with sunglasses.
Yeah, Viego was. I remember Viego was great for Basel in the conference a few years ago. The guy was amazing. Probably one of the best. I think he got the best young player of the season award for that. So he was amazing. Great signing there. And yeah, from Panathinaikos, man, just abysmal. The only positive is that Pellistri scored a goal, former United player. And yeah, like I said, man, it's going to be interesting to see how Chelsea do, man. And for those wondering, where's Cole Palmer? Well, Cole Palmer wasn't selected for the league phase. I think he'll be selected for the knockout stage. So they're resting Cole Palmer, which is smart on Chelsea. Like they don't need Cole Palmer. If you need Cole Palmer to destroy these teams, then that's sad. That's really bad. That's really bad. That's really sad. Do you agree, Matt?
Yes, but they've also proved that they didn't need him. So credit where credit's due.
Tari said thoughts on Enzo. Enzo, he was good this game, but obviously, let's be real. It's a bad opponent. So let's not be too. Let's not praise him a lot, but obviously we'll see how Enzo does in the Premier League because I still don't think Enzo's been that great. I still think Enzo's been underwhelming for Chelsea. He hasn't lived up to expectations, and yeah, Palmer was a ghost for Liverpool. All right, now let's go look at the other games. We'll touch upon these games quickly. Viking go Reykjavik 3, Circle Bruges 1. Shout out to Viking. I did not expect them to win this game at Circle Bruges, man.
I just wish Chelsea had signed Enzo Fernandez earlier in the transfer window, because then that could have meant Benfica could have slipped up even more, and Porto would have taken that title 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, potentially. But anyways, moving on. We got Viking Reykjavik 3, Circle Bruges 1. Shout out to Viking for actually winning this game. And I didn't expect that. I did not expect Circle Bruges to lose this. I did not expect. I thought Circle Bruges would maybe get a result. Even I didn't even draw. I was kind of like, wow. And they actually won this game, which is actually surprising. And for those of
I didn't expect Apple to lose at home.
Yeah, Apple as well is also a big shock. George on one.
Victoria Guimaraes, I'm not surprised by their win. I'd say they're the fourth best team in Portugal right now. Despite losing Jota Silva to Nottingham Forest.
And Chris is right.
They even won away at Braga, so this is a good club. So I don't know how well they'll do in the league, but yeah, I'll say though that they get a quarter-final finish in the Conference League.
Yeah, and also Chris is right. That's the first win for Iceland club in Europe. That's amazing against the Belgian team, and Belgian teams are generally pretty good. So you know what? That's a round of applause, guys. Everyone give a round of applause in the chat. Give me your clapping emojis for the chat for this one, because I think this might be the biggest upset in Europe this week.
This is well, I have given a clap, but this is so impressive. I'm going to clap with my feet.
Wow. Anyways, let's move on. So we got Ghent 2, Molde 1. Not surprised that Ghent won the game, as expected. Hearts got the 2-0 win against Armenia. Not really surprising there.
Yeah.
Well, actually, is it a bit surprising, or because college teams?
I mean, to be fair, Hearts are at home, so
yeah.
You might be surprised with the fact that they won by more than one goal, but I think I don't know what most people expected, but I don't think this kind of win is that surprising.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, after this, we're going to actually look at the league stand, see how the prediction league is going, because I actually kind of want to show you guys that. So we'll look at that as well.
Good idea.
Yeah, good idea. So we're going to quickly wrap through these games.
I know before this match day or before Thursday, I was second place in the Europa League.
Chris is saying second last, and then Poise was Celtic fans say second last. Wow, Hearts, man. So this is a massive win.
I mean, but then again, Hearts usually are the third or fourth biggest. They're usually the third or fourth best team in Scotland. So there's some heritage there.
Yeah, that's true. Moving on, we got Jagielloniau. They got the win against Petrograd. Not surprising there, 2-0 win. The Alarm versus Shamrock Rovers. Shamrock Rovers absolutely.
Northern Irish club versus Republic of Irish club. I believe that's the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah. Oh my! Wow. That Shikshir got absolutely destroyed. And Selge. Where is Selge from, by the way? I actually forgot here. Let me check. They're from.
I'm gonna guess they're either a Nordic or Balkan team.
They're Slovenian. So wow, Slovenian team absolutely destroying Shikshir. Yeah. Then obviously we talked about Panathinaikos 1, Chelsea 4, and the Rapid Vienna 1. Noah 0. So shout out to Rapid Vienna for getting the win. And the St. Gallen 2, Fiorentina 4. Guys, shout out to St. Gallen, guys, because their goalkeeper is the Ghanaian goalkeeper that he made 10 saves. If you guys don't believe me, I'm going to show you guys right here. I believe he made 10 saves.
Is it Ziggy?
Yes, Ziggy.
Yeah.
10 saves is insane. 10. Wow. I mean, that's crazy, man.
It's a shame he couldn't pull that off when I went to see him in Qatar. The other thing I remember about Ziggy was when Albert suggested him as the best African goalkeeper on the African 11 and player stream.
Oh yeah, and Ziggy's the goal. Ziggy also directly cost Ghana to go out of the AFCON. Got eliminated. Yeah,
Ziggy.
He punched the ball away. Yeah, bounced the ball for a corner when it could have just been a regular kick, and then obviously, what is it called? Mozambique equalized. So.
I don't think we can be so surprised with Fiorentina winning.
Like sorry, that was 0-4. That was 0-4. My bad. Sorry, corrected me there. That was 0-4. Okay, my bad. But still,
yeah. Fiorentina usually are. They've always been one of the best teams in the Conference League, and
they're just
fairly emphatic win. Not too surprising, and Even conceding 2 goals as well, you could say it's not that surprising either.
Yeah, and the HJK finally got to win. HJK, Michael, man, Mike finally wins. Let's freaking
Good to
1-0 against
see.
him.
Although, if they didn't beat Dynamo Minsk, that would have been a disgrace.
Yeah, at Lugano, man, they actually managed to get a 1-0 win against Malda Borsaliv. And I believe Malda is Czech team, by the way. So shout out to Lugano for actually managing to win the game on the road.
You know, Diego should manage that club. Diego Lugano.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, and then obviously Olympia Lubano 1-2 against LESK. So shout out to Olympia.
That's a good win.
LESK, I don't know. I feel the team is just getting worse and worse nowadays. They're not as good as they used to be. But yeah. And then Heidenheim got the win, a 1-0 against Paphos on the road. So shout out to Heidenheim for getting the win. The Real Betis Copenhagen 1-1. Real Betis.
That's a good result for Copenhagen.
Real Betis, man, these bombs, man. I'm sorry, man. Real Betis are just so underwhelming, man. I feel so bad for Abde. He's scoring so many goals for them, but the team has just let themselves down. And I'm sorry, man. I don't know what to say with this team. This team is just struggling.
I might be wrong, but it's possible that this might be their first result in Spain for a while, if not the first time ever. But also, I think this is the first time Copenhagen have. Well, actually, they did something against Sevilla, but Sevilla were trash. But that aside, I think apart from Sevilla, I think that might have been the first result against Spanish team since they got a draw with Barcelona in the 2010-11 season.
Yeah, potentially, man. But yeah, Copenhagen, man, good team. Obviously, they made up for it after their loss at home. And then the final game, the final two goes got TNC 2, FC Astana 0. Shout out to TNC, the first time a Welsh team has ever made the conference. Like, they actually beat Astana, which is actually a surprise because Astana are usually good. They're actually a decent team, so it's actually surprising that TNC is actually
the team is called the New Saints.
The New Saints, yeah, the New Saints. So, yeah, Matt, would you say this is upset or not really? Because I'd say it's a little bit out. It's a minor upset, but not a huge one.
A little bit, yeah. Although you can, I think I'm not surprised. I think the more surprising thing was that they won with a clean sheet and with 2-0.
Yeah, and then TSC 0, Legia Warsaw 3. Legia Warsaw got the 3-0 win.
Good result for Legia Warsaw.
Yeah,
and I think this is one of Steve's teams as well.
Yeah, and then TSC, man, just not good, man. They were the Europa League last season and now Conference League. All right, moving to the table right here, guys. So Chelsea, Fiorentina, Legia Warsaw, Lugano. Wow, Lugano is actually in the top 8, which is surprising. Vittoria do Guimarães, Hearts. Jagiellona is actually in the top 8, surprising too. Rapid Vienna. Heidenheim not even in the top 8 is surprising. Although to be fair, it's only by goal difference. Shamik Rovers, Borj, Banja Luka, Stoke Bruges, Celje, Paphos, Molde, Omenia, Olympia Ljubljana, Noah, TNC Ghent, Astana, Vikingor, HJK, Djurgården. And yeah, so dang, as things stand, Copenhagen and Betis are not even in the top 24, and Panathinaikos and Başakşehir. Wow, that's surprising. So, yeah. It's going to be interesting. And Betis missing Guardado. Yeah, Guardado did retire, by the way, guys. So he retired for the national team. I think he retire. He might have retired in general. I don't know about that, but I know he retired for the national team. Maybe Pookie can let me know since he follows the Mexico national team. But yeah, so shout out to Guardado. All two scored to leave Africa. Let me read some of you guys' comments. Real Betis will take 4 wins at UCL. Conference League. Don't worry. Oh, by the way, guys, it's now called Conference League. They have officially removed the Europa part from the thing. So it's now called Europa Conference. They officially changed it. I don't know why it took so many seasons, but they finally did, which is weird. So Real Betis will do well, but I'm just saying is that I'm kind of worried for them in the knockout stage. Obviously, I know they'll get top 8, but I'm worried for them in the knockout stage. Aberdeen played before Celtic this weekend, so it could be top on Saturday night. And yeah, Aberdeen, man, they're doing really well in the Celtic League, Scottish League, man. We'll talk. We'll definitely look at the top 10 leagues in the weekend recap stream for this weekend because there's some interesting stuff going in the Scottish League. So we'll look at that time. All right, so let's look at the predictors, guys. So predictor time, guys. We're gonna look at the predictor standings of the major competitions, Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League. And then we're gonna round off here, guys. Round off. So this is the final segment.
Why didn't you do Champions League one yesterday?
I guess it was too long.
Or you forgot.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's probably another thing. So, I think it's better we actually do it today, because we can see all three together, you know. So.
All right.
I think we'll do that from now on.
AG744's Lounge.
All right, so as you can see, this is currently number 1. Fazul is number 1, which I believe is FB7, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's FB7. Number 2 is Rubik's. Number 3 is Believe In. Number 4 is Pookie. Number 5 is Matt. Number 6 is Doug. 7 is Santiago, which is rank. 8 is Patrick, and 9th. Bro, I'm literally 9th in my own league. Oh my jeez. 10th and 11th. So interesting right there, man. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So let's move to the Europa League, guys. So we have members there. I'll leave the link in the description below, guys, if you guys want to join the predictor thing. Actually, you know, I'm going to leave a link here if you guys want to join the predictor thing. People that want to join the league in the chat, you guys can join the league. I'll put a link here in the chat. He's playing America, I think. No, he plays with Leon. Yeah, he's still at Leon. I think he's retired for the national team, but not the club team yet, I don't think. So, the Europa League predictor. Let's go look at this. Man, I'm even 9th in my own league. It's crazy. Leagues. At least in the Europa League, I'm doing well. At least 8 here, 9 here actually. Although to be fair, some people second. Actually,
I've gone first. Wow. I was about to say you've replaced me as second because I looked away when you initially got on, but I'm first, so I'm doing well. I'll definitely take this 7-point gap too.
Wow. So interesting, man. Interesting. Wow, we both went with Leon to win. Dang.
I'm trying to remember. Did I play my booster at all?
Yeah, you played your booster, I think, for Sociedad.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I should have.
Yeah, because I think that might have been the only one where I was. Actually, I was confident about Porto winning, but aside from that, I thought Sociedad were probably the most sure I was the most sure about them winning, so not surprised about me putting the booster on that one.
Yeah, that's probably the.
I have a feeling I'm not in this league, the Conference League.
Oh, Conference League. Yeah, currently I'm 4th. Wow. Yeah, Matt, you're not on here. So I'll send the link in the chat if you want to join. So this is the league, man. So currently I'm 4th here. So I'm actually doing best.
I've got pretty much no chance of winning.
Yeah, dang, Radical's top by a considerable margin, 104 points. Doug is second, third.
You could say it's pretty radical.
Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. So we made it around an hour and 30 minutes. Kind of like the same as the Champions League. Although the Champions League was like almost 2 hours, so this one was 30 minutes shorter. We did spend a lot of time in the Europa League, so next time we'll try not to spend as much time. But yeah, like I said, guys, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks' time for the Europa League and Conference League reaction because that's the next time we'll have, and then obviously have international break, and then the final one for this year. All right, guys, peace out, Wookie. All right, let me see.
Well, AJ, do you know what Wookiees are?
What?
So it's well, an example of a Wookiee is a Chewbacca. So they're basically, well, you'll know when they see it, and they make noise like Pookie the Wookiee.
Wow. Astana were in the Champions League before. Yeah, Astana's a good team, man. So, yeah. Educator not getting any of their points. We'll see. Hearts away to Hibs on Sunday. I think Hearts will end up in the league table. Going up in the league table. Arenas against St. Gallen 2020. 2 wins for Slovenian clubs this week. Slovenia. This is surprising. And yeah, Mulder losers, European League stage. That was a huge surprise. AD, yeah, it was a huge surprise. Modric is not Chelsea's best player. Come on, Maybe probably the next Hazard or Willian. Okay, this is actually a good comment.
We love you, Albert. We love you.
Europa League and Conference League, they should be in the the players should be in the Champions League. You know, actually, you know what? I'll tell you what. Sorry, since we're running out of time for this stream, maybe if we do a member stream. That's if we do a member stream. We got a lot of people there. We can maybe have this topic, and maybe I'll clip it for you guys and share with you guys the non-members. Actually, you know what? I'm going to bookmark this. Actually.
Well, one thing that might be worth bringing up is: has Cole Palmer really played enough to really be considered? If the criteria allows them to.
Oh, well, we'll see. Well, I don't even know if we're going to have that topic. I don't even know if we'll have it, but if we do, we'll bring that up when it gets there. But anyways, hope you guys did enjoy. Remember, guys, to like and subscribe on your way out. How many likes we're on today's stream? We're currently on
100 likes.
11 likes, so that's pretty good. So remember, guys, to like and subscribe on your way out. Let's try to get up to maybe we could get up to 15 on the way out. And yeah, thanks, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy, and peace out.
See ya. Peace out.